The National Curriculum's Framework 2005 recommends that children's life at school must be linked to their life outside the school next. This principle marks a departure from the legacy of bookish learning which continues to shape our system and cause a gap between the school, home, and community. Next, the syllabi, and textbooks developed on the basis of NCF signify and attempted to implement this basic idea. Next, they also attempted to discourage rote learning and the maintenance of sharp boundaries between different subject areas. Next, we hope these measures will take us significantly further in the direction of a child centered system of education outlined in the National Policy on Education 1986. Next, the success of these efforts depends on the step that school principals and teachers will take to encourage children to reflect on their own learning and to pursue immediate activities. The questions next, we must recognize that given space, time, and freedom, children generate new knowledge by engage with the information passed on to them by adults. Next, treating the prescribed textbook as the sole basis of examination is one of the key reasons why other resources and sites of learning are ignored, inculcating creativity and initiative is possible if we perceive and treat children as participants in learning, not as receiver of a fixed body of knowledge. Next, these aims imply considerable change in school routines and mode of functioning. Flexibility in the daily timetable is as necessary as rigor in implementing the annual calendar so that the required number of teaching days are actually devoted to teaching. The methods used for teaching and evaluation will also determine how effective this textbook proves for making children's life at school a happy experience rather than a source of stress or boredom. Syllabus designers have tried to address the problem of circular burden by restrictive and recognized knowledge and different stages with greater consideration for child physiology and the time available for teaching. The textbook attempts to enhance these endeavor by giving higher priority and space to opportunities for contemplations and wondering, discussions in small groups, and activities requiring hands on experience. Next, NCERT appreciates the hard work done by the textbook development committee responsible for this book. We wish to thank the chairperson of the advisory committee for available for teaching. The textbook attempts to enhance this endeavor by giving higher priority and space to opportunities for contemplations and wondering, discussion in the small groups, and activities requiring hands-on experience. Next, the textbook attempting the enhance the endeavor by the giving higher priority and space to opportunities for contemplations and wondering, discussion it small groups and activities requiring hands-on experience. Next, NCERT appreciates the hard work done by the textbook development committee responsible for this book. We wish to thank the chairperson of the advisory group on social science, Professor Hari, and the chief advisor for this book, Professor Nilendri Bhattacharya, for guiding the work of this committee. Several teachers contributed to the development of this textbook. Next, we are grateful of their principals for making this possible. We are indebted to the institutions and organizations which have generously permitted us to draw upon their resources, material and personal. We are especially grateful to the members of the National Monitoring Committee appointed by the Department of Secondary and Higher Education staff. Next, Ministry of Human Resource Development under the chairpersonship of Professor Murin Miri and Professor G.P. Deshpande for their valuable time and contributions as an organization committed to systematic reform and continuous improvement in the quality of its products. NCERT welcomes comments and suggestions which will enable us to undertake further revision and refinement. Next, NCERT appreciates the hard work done by the textbook developments committee responsible for this book. Next, the book is the product of a collective effort of a large number of historians, educationists, and teachers. The chapters were written and revised over several months. Next, they evolved through discussions in workshops and exchange of ideas through emails, with each member contributing their skill in many different ways. All of us learned a lot of the process. Next, many individuals and institutions helped in the production of the book. Professor Muzaffar Alm and Dr. Kumkum Roy redraft and offered suggestions for change. We drew open the image collections of several institutions in illustrating the book. Many of the 19th century illustrated books on the British Raj are to be found in the valuable India collection of the India International Center. Next, several images were provided by the Ocean Image Archive and Professor Jyotindra Jain, Devika Sethi Reddy and proofs and helped in a variety of ways in the production of the manuscript. Next, Shyama Warner has done several rounds of editing with care and understanding, suggesting change, tracking mistakes, and improving the text in innumerable ways. We thank her or her involvement in the project. Ritu Topa has designed the book with an interest and care that went well beyond the call of duty. Next, we have made every effort to acknowledgement credits, but we apologize in advance for any omissions that may have inadvertently taken place.